Thank you, boys and girls. Let us see now what is it that we must do. What is the first thing that we must do here, boys and girls? Of course, we said when you find the x-intercept, we must let f at x to be what? Must let f at x to be 0. Then it means we have 0 here is equals to minus x to the power of 3 plus x squared plus 8x minus 12, right? F at x is 0. Now, of course, now, boys and girls, I can also make the a to be positive here. Remember, now we are having the equation. We are having the equation. I can divide each and every term here by what? By -1. The reason being, I want to make the coefficient of a there to be what? The coefficient of x to the power of 3 to be positive. Therefore, now we have 0 is equals to negative divided by negative is a positive x to the power of 3. Of course, minus x squared and minus 8x plus what? Plus 12, right? Yes, now I'm happy. Now a is positive. Therefore, you'll agree with me. Now, first, we need to have a factor here. Once you have a factor, the other one then will also be what? Ax squared plus bx plus c. Of course, boys and girls, now let us now try to see what will be the factor. What will be that number that when we substitute it here will give us a 0. Of course, we have x to the power of 3 minus alpha x squared and then minus 8x as well as positive 12. Then, of course, now I can say I want to start from where? I want to start from minus 5 will be fine. And also end at 5. That is your choice. That is the interval that you want to find those values. And now the steps 1, 1. Of course, now, boys and girls, we have the table here. From these tables, these are the x values, and this side we have the y values. Now, what is important is I must find 0 at f at x. If I find the 0 on this side, now I know that that value, when I substitute it in the equation, it gives me what? It gives me a 0. Minus 5 is minus 38 is not 0. Minus 4 is minus 36 is not 0. Minus 3 there. Minus 3, it gives me what? It gives me a 0. Very important. Now, it's not only minus 3, I believe. Minus 2 is 15. Minus 1 is 18. 0 is 12. And 1 is 4. And then 2 as well here is 0. Therefore, I know two values that when I substitute in this here, they will give me what? They will give me a 0. Now, what is the meaning of this one? It means x is equals to minus 3 here. Of course, we take this on the other side. X plus 3 now is we see now x plus 3 is our factor. Therefore, we can put x plus 3 here or 1 because also when we substituted 2 here, then 2 we have y as a 0. One can also see now x minus 2 is a factor. Boys and girls, you must be very careful on this. Sometimes you'll be given to say, show that x plus 3 is a factor of f. It's very important, therefore, to show that x plus 3 is a factor of f, you just take minus 3, then you substitute it where? In the original equation. Therefore, if y is 0, then it means x plus 3 is a factor. Boys and girls, we have the first part here. Now we are looking for this one. We agree in this side you must have ax squared plus bx plus c. Yes, we must have ax squared plus bx plus c. Of course, boys and girls, there are many ways to solve this problem on this side. Others, of course, they are comfortable using long division method. There are many of them. Right, of course, let us see how can we find this one here. Of course, boys and girls, here I will put my factor here, minus 3. And now we take the coefficient 1 and minus 1 as well, minus 8 and positive 12. Right, boys and girls, 0 here. Why 0? Because you know that when you take minus 3, substitute it in there, we are going to get what? We are going to get y as 0. Right, 1 plus 0 is 1. Now we take minus 3 times 1 there. It is minus 3. Then minus 1 minus 3 is a minus 4. Negative 3 times negative 4. Of course, that will be what? That will be a positive 12. Then minus 8 plus 12. I also believe that that will be a positive 4. And you take minus 3 times 4. then boys and girls, the answer there will be minus 12. Can you see when I take a 12 minus 12 is 0? Yes, always when we get 0 here, it means now your calculations are 100% correct. Therefore, now I can say A is equals to 1, B is equals to minus 4, and therefore C is 4. Right, from here now I go straight here to say we have 0 is equals to x plus 3, and also these brackets here will be what? Will be x squared, because the value of A is 1. The value of B there is a minus 4x, and the value of C there is a positive 4. Right, now I have the 2 now. I have x plus 3 as well as x squared minus 4x plus 4. Of course, boys and girls, from here, I can now say, therefore, x is equals to minus 3, or then we factorize this one here. Factors here are what? X plus 2, no, x minus 2, as well as x minus 2 is equals to 0. Therefore, x is equals to what? Therefore, x is equals to positive 2. Right, boys and girls, these are the x-intercept of the graph of f. Remember, first, you equate f at x, y, h at x to 0. Then you look for common factor. If there's no common factor, you try to group the terms. If it doesn't work, now you must use the factor theorem. Right, boys and girls, let me say now, one now have decided to not to divide every term here by the negative. You leave the coefficient as a negative 1. Of course, it's very important, it's still the same. Right, what you must do there is that to say, of course, you have 0 is equals to what? Minus x to the power of 3 plus x squared plus 8x minus 12. Now, you have 0 is equals to minus x to the power of 3 plus x squared plus 8x minus 12. Right? It means from here, when you find your factor, you're still going to use the same one, but also x plus 3 will still be a factor, I believe. X plus 3 will still be a factor. And then from here now, we are going to have this one here, right? When I solve this one here, it means the coefficient now will be minus 1, will be positive 1, will be positive 8, as well as minus 12. Of course, the answer that I will get there will be minus x squared, will also be what? Will also be plus 4x, and this one will be minus 4. Right, boys and girls, what I want you to get right here is, of course, you can now say, therefore, x is equals to what? X is equals to minus 3. Or, sometimes, like we said, it's not easy to factorize, a quadratic equation if the coefficient of a is 1. Therefore, you can now say this is a minus x squared plus 4x minus 4 is equals to 0. Then now you can divide both sides by the negative to make it x squared minus 4x plus 4 is equals to 0. Right, now once we have it like this one, I believe now it will be easier for you to do what? It will be easier for me to factorize it. Right, boys and girls, I believe that you have this one right. Please, it's very important to make sure that you know how to determine the x-intercept of the graph. Right, now boys and girls, let us pass to the first question now, 11.1, where we had to calculate the x-intercept of the graph of f. The second question here, 11.2, now says you must calculate now the coordinates of the turning points of the graph of f. Right, what is important here is, what is it that we need for us to determine the turning points of the graph of f? Yes, so I can see now one is saying now we need to find the derivative. Of course, you are right. Once you have the derivative, now you let the derivative to be 0. Thereafter, you do what? You solve for x. Right. Once you have the x value, you take those x values, then you substitute them where? In the original equations. It's very, very important. Right. Boys and girls, also I think in 4 minutes time, then we're going to discuss this one. Make sure that you have the coordinates of the turning points.